Welcome to SV Union High School and Junior College Pune. Subject Information Technology, Standard 11th Science. Video created and presented by Mr. Nitin Vadgure. Today we are going to start part 4 of chapter 1, Basic of Information Technology, Standard 11th Science. In the previous part, we have covered the concept of hardware and software, categories of a software, that is open source software and closed source software. Also, we have discussed about application software and system software. Operating system is one of the common example of system software. In this part, let's understand more about an operating system. A computer would not be able to function correctly without an operating system. Without operating system, your computer is nothing. An operating system is a software program that empowers the computer hardware to communicate and operate with the computer software. So, the operating system is a software program which handles the hardware with the help of computer software. Operating systems controls other application softwares. The operating system boots up the computer and makes sure that everything is operational. So, when you start your computer, the operating system's executable system files first runs, that is called boots up the computer, that is booting, and make sure that everything is operational. In this stage, it checks all kind of memories and other components attached to the computer. The operating system is also what runs the cell phone and most of the electronic devices. Just like a computer system, in the cell phone and other electronic devices, operating system exists. Different mobile companies use different operating systems. Nowadays, all these cell phones are smartphones and they are very efficiently work as compared to the previous days computers. The operating systems usually come preloaded on any computer, tablet, laptop or cell phone that you buy. So, when you buy any tablet, laptop, computer or cell phone, operating system exists in these devices. Most people use the operating system that come with their device as default. When you buy these devices, the operating system is installed already, but you can change it. But most of the people use the default operating system which is installed when you buy these devices. But almost all these devices uses their default operating system. It is necessary to use licensed operating system and not a copied or a pirated one. So, as a computer user, you should install only licensed operating system and other application software. Do not use copied or pirated softwares. There are many open source operating systems available on the web which are freely downloadable. It is advisable to use those operating systems instead of a pirated one. Nowadays, there are so many open source operating systems are available on the internet So use those operating systems instead of a pirated operating systems. Means always use licensed softwares. The only way to avoid the software piracy is to use licensed softwares. Let's see the operating systems for personal computers. DOS, Disk Operating System, was the dominant operating system for microcomputers in the 1980s and the early 1990s. For working with DOS, the user needs to know how to input the commands using the command prompt window. So DOS is a old operating system, and if you want to work on the DOS operating system, you should know all the DOS commands. It was popularly used in 1980s and 1990s for the microcomputers. Windows is a series of operating systems that are designed by Microsoft. The first two versions of the Windows operating system, introduced in 1985 and 1987 respectively, were primitive operating system considered in the Windows series of operating systems that are designed by Microsoft. Windows is the most commonly used operating system. In India, Windows operating system is very popular. Mac OS, Apple Corporation's registered operating system, is called Mac operating system, that is Mac OS. So Apple computers use only Mac OS. Chrome OS. Chrome OS is an open source operating system created by Google to create a better computing experience for people who spend most of the time on the web. So the people who spend most of their time on the web, Chrome operating system is suitable for them, and it is created by Google. Unix was trademarked in 1969 by a group of AT&T employees at Bell Labs as a multitasking and multi-user computer operating system. So Unix is one of the most popular multi-user and multitasking operating system. Linux is an open source, portable, multi-user, multi-programming operating system. Multi-user means multiple users can access system resources like memory, RAM, application programs at the same time. Linux is very similar to other operating systems such as Windows, and a source code is available to the public. The source code of Linux is available to the public for the modification, distribution, copying, editing, and can be able to create their own creativity. Linux is a freeware software. So Unix and Linux, these are the multi-user software, that is operating systems, and DOS, Windows, Mac OS, Chrome OS, these are single user operating systems. Nowadays, Linux is more popular as it is open source software. Let's see the operating systems for mobile phones. There are many different operating systems for mobile phones and devices. These are Android, Asha, BlackBerry, iOS, Windows Phone, etc. Android is a free and open source operating system provided by Google. it is most popular operating system among all other operating systems used for mobile phones. So Android is more popular as compared to other operating systems used for mobile phones. So Android operating system is created by Google. It is free and open source operating system. Asha is used by Nokia phones. This is closed source operating system. Android is open source and free operating system, and Asha is closed source operating system. It is used by Nokia phones. BlackBerry. This is a closed source operating system for smartphone and tablet devices. So BlackBerry is most popular for the smartphone and tablet devices as a closed source operating system. iOS is Apple's closed source operating system for Apple's iPhone, iPod Touch, iPad and second generation Apple TVs. Windows Phone is developed by Microsoft as a closed source operating system for mobile phones. So, among all the operating systems used for mobile phones, only Android operating system is a free and open source operating system. And Asha, BlackBerry, iOS, Windows Phone, these are closed source operating systems. So dear students, in this part we have covered all about operating system, operating systems for personal computers, that is DOS, Windows, Mac OS, Chrome OS, Unix, Linux, operating systems for mobile phones like Android, Asha, BlackBerry, iOS and Windows Phone. Thank you.